What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a word from the ancestor read for the sign of Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you guys are last but not least on the zodiac lineup this week. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, this is a new version of the word from the ancestor reads. Okay, it's still, with the same premise. Okay, however, between me and my ancestors, they channeled to me last week where the reading had to go through an emergency change. Okay, we've taken away all the other decks. There may be a little revamp as we go, but as my ancestors tell me, I don't ask, I just do. And so here we are with just one deck, no clarifiers whatsoever. The spread is a pyramid formation. I was planning to use these the pyramid, emergency pyramid, for my personal clients, as I am open for personal readings if you are interested in one. And it was also, lo and behold to me, that it was going to be used as also an emergency spread in the event of something happening, okay, in regards to my readings. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy this new formation, and hopefully you get the same intuitive reads as I try to provide to you guys, channeled through my ancestors to you and your ancestors. Okay, and so let's go ahead and get started. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle for you guys like one more time, but I usually pre-shuffle before I start each read, but getting clarification that we need to go ahead and shuffle for you guys. Okay, one more time, as the energy probably has shifted for you in the midst of me starting this reading. Okay, so we're doing a reshuffle, and then we'll lay out the formation. Okay, so there are, of course, I'm sure you've noticed, since there's no other decks, there's really no clarifiers except for within the formation. Okay, almost forgot to do a cut. All right, so now we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to start from the top. Okay, we'll refer to the bottom of the deck towards the end of your reading for the overall outcome. Don't mind my OCD as I lay out the formation. Okay, so the top card is 1 in reference to you and following your intuition. Okay, the second row is in regards to 3 cards. Second row is focusing on what you want, not what you don't want, and centering yourself. Okay, you then have the third row here, which is a row of 5, talking about the change that may be occurring in your life or needs to occur. Okay, and pretty much as I lay these out, the cards underneath, certain cards are going to be used as clarifiers. Okay, so there will be a little bit of cross-hairing here occasionally. Okay, the last row is 7 cards talking about what your inner strength needs to be or surrounding. Okay, I might have miscounted. Okay, no, I'm fine. Okay, for a minute I thought I had more than 7 cards up here. Okay, your girl is burning on fumes just a little bit, and also kind of preparing to get some energy in. Okay, and so this is up here, the deck, and I'm just going to do a little pre-adjusting so that way you guys can kind of get the whole spread in. Okay, so hopefully you can see everything. I will still, of course, hold the cards up like I normally do, so that way you can kind of see as we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We have the Strength card, okay, right at the top of your reading, okay? So you're gonna need some strength, or you're in a lot of Leo energy right now, or maybe you are around a Leo, okay? You don't have to be, just an honorable mention, okay? So some strength needing to be had, okay? We'll see what else comes out. We then have the Moon, okay? You have the Moon card. Pisces energy, okay? Something hidden, okay? It could be a possibility of needing to have strength based off of something being revealed to you, okay? And it's looking down here at the Moon card, if you will, okay? As it's holding the Lion, okay? Which is usually in most strength cards, except for this week. We found out the strength card was a tiger, a white tiger in the Mystic Mondays, okay? So let's move forward, and we have the 8 of Cups, okay? 8 of Cups coming out right up underneath the strength card, okay? And so possibly having the strength to either make a decision, or again, we see this Moon kind of popping up again, okay? And so it could be in reference to some form of either having the strength to walk away from something, okay, or someone, due to maybe some secrets, okay? So let's keep going. We have the Knight of Swords, okay? Knight of Swords popping up yet again. It was in Virgo's reading towards the bottom, okay, in the last row. This Knight of Swords being here is someone that's possibly going to try to stop you from kind of leaving them, okay, or moving on without them. They could be in fear of you moving on, Gemini, okay? And so maybe it's a situation of, you know, tell me what's going on, or I'm out, or I'm bailing, okay? And so possibly this person, usually Knight of Swords, comes, you know, rushing in a lot, okay? So it could be movement based off of an ultimatum, okay? And that comes from this strength, possibly, that you'll have, Gemini, to basically be strong enough to ask for what you want, okay, and not keep things bottled in, okay? Every time, Gemini, something possibly comes up in your life, you have a tendency of choosing the only option, which is to walk away now before hearing any type of explanation, okay? You're kind of definitive in that sense, where it's like you should have said something, or the person should have said something, but it's kind of like you don't give them the opportunity to. So it's like, kind of, are you going to give them a chance to at least explain themselves, or which leaves you hidden a lot about what truly has transpired, okay? So give them the possibility to explain to you before you push forward, if it is something that you truly want to know, okay? Now, in some situations, it's okay to walk away if, you know, you've given enough chances, the explanations have been given, you've seen no change, and you know that it's time, okay? That's something different, okay? But if it's something in the sense of where you actually love the person and you really want to give them the benefit of the doubt, then you should hear them out, okay? Let's move on to the next. We have the Queen of Cups, okay? Queen of Cups. Second appearance today, also in Virgo's reading, okay? I feel like with this Queen of Cups, you know, you are secure within your feelings within the situation, and like I just said, giving, you know, being the mature one and kind of giving someone the chance, holding back on what you need to say until you hear everything, okay? That's where this Queen of Cups is sitting in that kind of energy to me, okay? Then we have Six of Swords, okay? Six of Swords. Six of Swords is kind of another kind of moving on type card, okay? So that is coming up after, well, underneath the Moon and after the Queen of Cups, okay? You're making possibly a definitive decision to move forward, okay? The Six of Swords, usually showing a woman and child, okay, in a boat, and they're moving forward, okay? Maybe you're moving physically, okay? And maybe you're doing this to get away from a particular energy, okay? Maybe you are a little bit kind of shaken by doing so, but it's for the best, okay, in your situation, okay? Because it's coming up under the Moon, and obviously you're trying to do this as quietly as you possibly can, okay? Without it causing a scene, okay? And you could be in a situation where you're wondering if you're able to do it, and that's why the Strength card is, you know, at the top of your pyramid, okay? Let's move on to the next card. We have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, which is underneath the Eight of Cups, okay? Eight of Cups, Strength, Eight of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. A lot of six, okay? 2 sixes showing up here, and I feel as though it's some reevaluation, okay? So you have Six of Pentacles is Taurus and Libra energy, okay? And so it's all about some form of fairness, okay? You may have to maybe stay with someone and kind of have some shared responsibility, okay? In order to be able to stay somewhere, okay, for somebody. This is obviously something in particular, okay, for a particular Gemini, okay? You may have to do that. For some of you, it could be a situation, a relationship that you're in regards to just all-out fairness, okay, in the sense of sharing responsibilities. So we're going to keep moving forward. We have the Eight of Swords, okay? Eight of Swords, feeling somewhat stuck, all right? This Knight, underneath this Knight of Swords, okay? So again, with either dealing with ultimatums coming through on your end or giving someone ultimatums is transpiring, or you're feeling like you have no other options when it comes to this Knight of Swords, okay? It's like no matter what you try to do, you keep running into this Knight of Swords where you feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, okay, when it comes to them, all right? And so this Eight of Swords is close to a Nine of Swords energy, which I'm just adding the sword from the Knight of Swords, which has you having possibly sleepless nights, okay, and some insomnia on what to do. Whatever the situation is, it's very dire, okay? Now, Nine of Swords didn't come out, but the Nine of Wands came out, okay? Wounded warrior, okay? This could be somewhat of a situation where you're dealing with some form of abuse, Gemini, okay? And due to this wounded warrior being here, and you need to block yourself or set up boundaries away from this person, okay? It's a dangerous kind of, or leading to a dangerous situation of because of how long you've dealt with it, okay? It's possibly left you in a lot of mental anguish or emotional abuse of some sort, which abuse of any nature is still abuse, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. Okay, and so it's time for that to pretty much get wrapped up as far as ending that cycle. Okay, and having the strength to do so. Okay, it's to protect you, it's to protect your child at all costs, especially if you're in that type of situation where you have a child that's involved. Okay, you want the safety of both your child and yourself to be secure. Okay, and so it's time to set up some boundaries. Next, we have the Four of Cups. Okay, Four of Cups energy, which is usually talking about someone trying to pass off an offer. Of course, it could be a situation of someone telling you, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I was just, you know, it's always an excuse of some sort every time, where it's, oh, I was drunk, oh, I've been going through a lot, you know, always an excuse on top of excuse. Sometimes you might end up receiving a little bit of gaslighting from this person. Okay, and so every time this offer is provided to you, you know, you're in the sense of wondering if you should take the offer or not. Okay, more or less of the time you are taking what they say and, you know, trying to give them benefit of the doubt and believing in them because of how they deliver the offer to you. Okay, you feel like there's love there, and it's not really love, it's control. Okay, and so you have to see past that in order for you to, again, referencing back to this strength. Okay, Geminis, so let's move forward. The Emperor is here. Okay, underneath the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I feel as though you may in the past have gotten signs from possibly family around you. Okay, possibly a father figure. Okay, if not a father, a grandfather maybe, that kind of looked over this person and was not impressed. Okay, and they forewarned you about this person. Okay, not sure if there was ever a connection or tie to this person, like if they knew them already or had heard about them possibly, and kind of forewarned you to kind of stay away from them. Okay, and it was something that, you know, you kind of let go in one ear and out the other, of course, because it's your life to live. Okay, but there could have been some definitive proof given to you that you really didn't take under consideration. Okay, and so there's someone of, like I said, an older male presence. Okay, like I said, a father or a grandfather that may also be able to help you. Okay, build some strength from them. Okay, as it is under this Queen of Cups energy. Okay, if that Queen of Cups energy is not you, Gemini, it could be another family member. Okay, that is a very good judge of character based off of course, Cups energy being water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They usually can be sometimes a good judge of character, as they usually play devil's advocate a lot, especially between Scorpio and Pisces energy. Okay, so let's move forward to this Ten of Cups. Okay, Ten of Cups is falling up underneath the Moon, the Six of Swords, and falling into the Ten of Cups. Okay, wish fulfillment. Okay, wish fulfillment. Being underneath the Six of Swords tells me that there is, you know, at either some point in time in your relationship with this person, you had a good beginning. It was a good start at first. Okay, but when you got involved with this person, there was some hidden secrets. There was something that happened in their past, not your past, their past, okay? This is not the first time that this has occurred, okay? So you once at one point in time, or they keep promising to get back to that person that they were, okay? Something happened. I don't know what it could be. It could be attached to some form of PTSD, especially if they may be in the military, possibly, you know, kind of going back to this Knight of Swords and this Nine of Wands, wounded warrior type vibe, okay? If it's another Gemini placement, this may, you know, be in regards to you. Just take what resonates and pass the rest, okay? If it's not for you, please don't comment, okay? Especially with any kind of negativity, okay? I try to keep the channel as positive as possible, okay? Because we're all about growth here, being a better version of yourself than you were yesterday, okay? And so if you are experiencing some form of domestic violence with this person, or yourself, period, okay, you do have a hotline. I don't know the number, but you do have that kind of help in your area, okay? So definitely reach out if you can, all right? If this person is suffering, or you are suffering from PTSD, there are support groups that I really would suggest that you go to in your area in order to kind of, you know, work on those inner issues and inner conflicts, okay? Because it is a serious situation. It has happened to many people, okay? And so always know that there is help available, okay? For the others of you, like getting back to this Six of Swords, it's a situation of, like I said, you have wish fulfillment here, but in a sense of either starting a new family or relying on your current family, okay, to be of some assistance to you, all right? But I feel more so that it's about your past, when you and this person first got together, but there were some hidden issues, okay? And those issues could have been well before you, okay? So we do have the Lovers coming up next, okay, which is underneath the Six of Pentacles, okay? This middle section here is really geared towards you. You can look at this side as the feminine side, and you can look at this side as the masculine side if you like, okay? But with this Lovers card being here and kind of looking up at this angel above, okay, things have changed and transpired within this relationship, okay? Like I said, it was once a happy home and something occurred, okay, for one of you. One possibly had to go away and take care of the family, especially if they were military, okay? And so you were left at home to possibly take care of the children and vice versa, okay? This could be, I'm feeling this energy of double military, possibly. So, you know, maybe at one point in time, one of you left and then came back, and then the other one stayed while the other one left, okay? So it's kind of like the both of you are possibly going through something in this relationship, as far as dealing with a lot of mental and emotional issues tied to your terms, okay? And so I'm looking at, I keep looking at the Six of Pentacles here in the form of, you know, the Libra and Taurus side of things. You don't have to have those signs in your chart, or it could just be an honorable mention of the energy that's around you. But it's all about kind of sharing in a sense of fairness, okay? And so that may be something that kind of plays on your relationship, all right? So let's go on to the next one, which is the Three of Swords, okay? Three of Swords coming out underneath the Eight of Swords. 8 reducing down to 3, okay? You have the Knight of Swords above this, okay, above the Three of Swords. So a lot of swords energy, air energy, which would include you, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? So it's, and again, I try to stay positive because you have the Eight of Swords dwindling down to 3, okay? Neither one of you, it's not about heartbreak, it's about depression in the sense of a lot of sorrow over the things that have transpired, okay? The both of you possibly have tried to make this work on numerous occasions, okay? But it's hard in the sense of, it's almost like a tit for tat of who's got it worse than the other kind of vibe, okay? There is, it's not about love, it's about control, and usually relationships that involve military, there is some form of one another trying to fight for control of the other, especially opposite sex, okay? And so sometimes males in the military are given a little bit more as far as superiority than women are. Women have to fight that much harder in order to gain that, you know, that leadership role and to be taken seriously, okay? And that's just from observation. I've known a few people that have actually been men and women in the military. So I personally am not military, but I do have a past like connection with military in my family. My mother being married to someone in the military. And I have family that has been in the military. So I can kind of understand a little bit of where this energy is coming from, okay? So let's keep going with this Five of Wands, okay? Five of Wands coming out underneath the Nine of Wands, okay? A lot of arguments possibly. It's underneath this Nine of Wands. At least it's reduced down to 4, okay? It's reduced down to 4 of Wands. And so it's a situation of really between internal conflicts or conflicts between you and this person, okay? Again, fighting for superiority when it should be fighting for each other, fighting for love, fighting for understanding, okay? No physical attacks. I truly hope not. No physical attacks of any kind. But like I said, abuse comes in many forms: verbal, emotional, and mental, okay? So being mindful not to do that to one another, and remember what you are or why you both are together, okay? Getting back to this possible 10 of Cups that you used to have is somewhat difficult because of all the trials and tribulations you possibly had, okay? Leading up to your marriage, like before your marriage, life before children, maybe life before the military, okay? There was a happy medium somewhere, but again, something hidden is what's hindering this relationship, okay? So we do have, though, the Six of Wands, okay? Six of Wands coming out towards the end here. So very positive energy here of some form of victory, okay? That is what the Six of Wands stands for. We go from 5 to 6, which is very good, okay? Hopefully coming to some form of, like I said, a happy medium to where you remember between the two of you what your relationship stands for outside of work, okay? Try to learn how to separate that from your personal life. That's the best advice that I can give you, okay? If you are trying to hold this connection together, okay? In order to get the Six of Wands, and that's equal share, okay? 3 for you, 3 for them, okay? Willing to understand each other, willing to connect and work with each other in order for this relationship to stay together, okay? If you're not willing to stay with this person, by all means, you have free will, do what you do. If you have decided to leave this person, you did what was best for you, okay? What was best for your family, okay? Maybe some form of separation is necessary to like clear the air, okay? But for me personally, whenever I'm in a relationship, the first thing that I try to do, and I've learned this over the years, is that there needs to be a separation of work and personal life, okay? When I walk through the door, work stays at work. I should be, you know, in my home, in my sanctuary with my person and feel secure that, you know, I finally have peace for the day, okay? No matter what your job is, okay? Whether you're flipping burgers all day or whether you're dealing with customers all day and working retail, or whether it be military, okay? No matter what it is, and I'm not, you know, down on anybody who, you know, flips burgers all day, but that is stressful, okay? Because maybe it's stressful because you don't want to be there and you want to do something better with your life, okay? That's stressful, okay? And so that's for someone out there. You know what you need to do. Move on, progress on, and look for something better, okay? There is victory here for you, okay? In that sense. But work separation from your personal life keeps your personal life sane. It keeps your personal life at peace. Okay, your person should be your peace, and you should be peace for your person, okay? Nothing should disturb your home, okay, because that is your sanctuary. So let's look at the bottom of the deck, and we have 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands, okay, is fast communication coming in, okay? Very high progression from the 6 of Wands, okay? In the sense of you have the doves kind of flying alongside them, okay? And so it's kind of like fast communication on making a change within the situation, okay? And working towards having that 6 of Wands, okay? I'm looking up underneath that 8 of Wands, and we now have the Hanged Man, okay? We now have the Hanged Man. And that means looking at things from a different perspective for both of you, okay? And kind of looking at things from each other's perspective, okay, in order for you to understand. Look at your sign, your Gemini, okay? You have the twins, okay, which is pretty much your symbol for your zodiac sign, okay? And so with being opposites of each other, take the time to look at the opposition from the other person, okay? And actually do some open and active communicating and listening to one another, okay? In order for you to really make a definitive decision of whether or not you want this 6 of Wands, okay? With this person or without this person, okay? At the end of the day, not only is it about you guys, but it's also about the child that you have, okay? So consider that on top of everything else, and consider healing, okay, on top of that, okay? So with that being said, Geminis, that is all that I have for you guys this evening. It's a very heavy energy. I did light some sage for you guys. I would suggest you do the same if you are a spiritualist, and really, again, just work on healing, okay? Look into those helpful support groups that may be very helpful to you, okay? The help is there. You just have to be willing to take it, okay? So with that being said, I will see you guys soon. We have one more reading this week on top of the energy shout out. So I will see you guys then. Peace.